What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I am back at my garage and I'm going to start, I guess, doing a revision 2 or provision 2 of my build. I told you guys there was a few issues and I have to fix them. So today we're going to start doing that because the weather's getting nice and there's going to be events coming up. So I want to make sure the car is ready for the hot summer days. And I can't wait to get it done, so everything's gonna be nice and neat and proper the way it should be. So today I'm gonna do my turbo. I'm gonna get it removed, get it sent out. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what else I got going on. But for now, I'm gonna get this car flipped around, get it jacked up, get it on jack stands, and we're gonna get started. Alright, so the car's now jacked up and we're almost ready to work on it. But before, I want to tell you what we're going to do. There was a few issues with the car after the swap, so I had to build it, drive it, see what's wrong, and then fix it. Fix what's not working, I guess. So issue number one is I have a oil seeping through the top, oil feed line that comes through the top of the turbo. I'm just having a little seepage down there, and I don't think the oil is draining fast enough. So I called the Precision. Those guys were super cool and super helpful. They actually came out with a new revision for that turbo where they upgrade the internals and the oil passages are a little bit bigger. I guess that problem occurred before, so they came out with a new stuff. Anyway, turbo's getting pulled off and getting shipped back. I'm going to overnight the turbo there and overnight it back, so hopefully it's going to take about a week, maybe two, I don't know, but I have time because there's other things I want to do to the car. The car was getting warm. Whenever it's really hot outside and you beat on it and then it's sitting on idle, you know, the needle starts to creep up to the top. So I don't have my downpipe wrapped or my headers. So I just ordered some ISR titanium wrap, and that should be here in a few days. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap that. And then I have two Mishimoto fans, two electric fans, and those are pusher fans because there's no room on the back side between the engine and the radiator to put the puller fans. So those are 980 CFM a piece, and they're not doing that good of a job cooling down the motor. Plus I still have a condenser for the AC installed, so that's also blocking the airflow. And I'm thinking I'm gonna go with some kind of spout fans. If you guys have any good suggestions, comment down below and I'll look into them. But definitely upgrading the fans to something a lot stronger and with more CFM. Hopefully it fixes it. So wrapping up the headers and the downpipe, bigger fans, and then also thinking about either getting vents for the hood and cutting it out and setting those vents in, or going with a carbon hood. Not sure yet. We'll see here in a few days which route I'm going to take. But another thing is the AC lines. They're still not adapted to the 2J compressor. I have the 2J ends, and I'm going to be pulling off the 350 lines, and hopefully one of the shops are open so they can help me out and crimp the ends so I can finally run AC, because the hot weather is coming and I really want AC in this car. So those are the three main things I'm going to be upgrading and still finishing up. But something else I wanted to do is, I haven't changed the oil in the motor yet since I swapped it. So we're going to drain the oil and remove the filter, cut it open just to see if there's any kind of metal flaking going on. I don't think so, but I just want to look at it just to be sure. So with all that being said, let's get to work. But before we get to work, I want to show you these tires I just picked up the other day. I told you before, the tires on the car right now, those are BF Goodrich Comp 2 tires, and they're really you know, they can't grip good enough. So somebody locally was selling, it was only 2 tires, but it's, you know, will do for now. I still need to order 2 more, but the price was right, so I couldn't pass it up. I picked up 2 Toyo R888's R's, 275 35 18s, which is the same size that I have on now, but hopefully these are a lot stickier, and I'm sure they are. So once the car's back together, we're going to go test them out, make sure they're good. If not, we'll have to get something else. But check out these tires real quick, and then we're going to start working on the car. So there they are, still brand new. Still brand new tires, never been mounted, you know. Still got stickers on them right there. So I can't wait to get this on. We're going to go and drop them off at the tire shop, maybe tomorrow, maybe next day, but we're gonna get them mounted. With all that being said, let's get to work. Let's get this turbo off. Let's take a look at it, make sure everything looks good on it, and let's get it packaged up. This is what I was talking about right over here, right out of the feeder line at the top. And it's not much, just a little bit. You can't really see any oil on it right now. Maybe a little bit on this side right there. But even after a few months driving on it, there's not much that comes out. But that's not something that you want to have on a brand new turbo. Alright, let's pull this blanket off. It's still kind of warm from even moving the car earlier. Blanket's off. It looks a little dirty, but it's alright. And this is, guys, this is the 6466 ball bearing turbo, just in case you guys didn't know or you forgot about it. So just a reminder. Oh, and you know what else? This has got to go. I'm gonna try to move the radiator and a condenser forward. I'm gonna probably end up pulling this front clip off and see if I can cut some room in there so I can move the radiator maybe another inch. I'll probably need an inch or an inch and a half, and then I can put 2 45s next to each other with very short dash 16 line in the middle, and so it'll look nice and clean. So that's something else I want to do. I want to get rid of this, and this is also going to go to get it power coated along with those lines, black, to match the intake manifold. And comment down below what color I should do. Should I leave it this color, or should I powder coat it black, or what? Because I think I'm going to keep this while the turbo is out, just so I can get it power coated or not. I'm not sure. I kind of like it silver, but let me know if you think it should be otherwise, and I'll think about it. First thing I'm going to do is get this oil line off. Then we're probably going to end up taking the clamps for the coal pipe and take the V-band clamps off, one here and one right down here. And then we're gonna get down to the drain line, which is all the way down here, and then the 4 bolts to the manifold. So let me get some tools and start. Alright guys, I didn't have my camera on. So far, just a quick update. The oil feed line is off, so that is off. The downpipe is off. Here's the downpipe. Bam. And I think when I wrap it, I'm going to wrap this whole thing, and I'm going to wrap some of that past the O2 sensor all the way down where it curves underneath the chassis. So I think I'm going to go all the way down, and obviously all the header piping over here. But back to the turbo. Now I'm going to remove the cold pipe, or at least get it loose. Maybe I can wiggle it off. I'm not sure. I might have to loosen that up. We'll see how tight it is. And actually I'm going to get an oil pan right now, and I'm going to disconnect oil drain line, and I think I'm just going to do it from the bottom where it goes into the oil pan. I think it's just going to be easier than reaching in here and trying to get in there. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I do have to get it from here so I can get the bolt that's sitting on the header flange. Let's try it. Let's try the bottom first, and then we'll see. I think guys, this is not going. I can't get it pulled off the cold pipe down here, so I think I'm just gonna have to get down and disconnect the few clamps by the intercooler. Alright guys, I was able to get this down through the bottom. And this is basically what my intercooler pipe looks like. I had a guy make it. So just a one. It's pretty short, nothing crazy, so not too bad. Alright, let's keep going. Now next thing we're gonna do is, let me actually set this in the trunk. I'm gonna start piling all the parts in the trunk so I don't lose nothing. Nothing gets damaged. Next thing, so will be our flange bolts. There's one here, one there, two on the other side. I'm sure you're familiar with it. So the bottom oil drain line is disconnected from the oil pan. This is disconnected. Down pipe is off. Cold pipe is off. Let me set you down, and I'm gonna keep on going. Alright guys, I think the last bolt, which is this forward one on the inside, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it. I don't actually remember how I even put that on, but I believe I have to take this compressor housing off and actually take the oil drain fitting, or the line where the B-nut is, off so I can put a wrench on it. I think that's how I got it on before. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little Sharpie mark to where my housing used to be, so I can, when it comes back together and it's time to put it back on, I can just line up my marks, and I know that way all my pipes are gonna be lined up and there's gonna be no issues. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this compressor off right now and remove that oil line, and then I'm going to be able to get the wrench on it. And it's a 17 millimeter, so it's kind of big, and I just don't see a way I can get this on right now, unless I had a stubby, which I don't have. Yeah, just because I don't have if I had a stubby, I would be able to put it in between here, in between the engine and the turbo. And maybe even then I'm not 100% sure if I can get that off. So I'm just gonna pop the housing off, take the line off, and then get this off, and that's gonna be our last bolt that holds the turbo. And then we're gonna look at it. Make sure all the wheel, I can't really see it, but not too worried about it right now. So let's get to it. Sorry guys, the camera actually stopped recording at the very end when I was pulling the turbo off. The memory card got full, so it just quit. Anyway, I just put a new memory card and we're gonna go over it. So I end up pulling the turbo off. There it is. I looked in this area, checked the headers, didn't see any cracks. Not that I heard any noise coming from there, but everything looks pretty clean. Just looking at these headers, these are CX racing headers that I got, and they're gonna be a pain to wrap, but it's all right. I'm gonna get it done. So yeah, I did remove the housing, and I was able to take B-nut off for the drain line, and then I was able to get to this last bolt from the bottom. So anyway, it was a few more minutes and the turbo was off. You didn't really miss anything, but I wish I had it on camera. So here's the turbo. I'm gonna take a quick look at it. Walk back here. Here it is. Everything's fine with it. Spins. No damage. The blades still look brand new. Like I said, it was just a few months old. And here's the back of it. Try to flip it over. The back of it looks pretty nice in there. No damage. I like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep the housing. Comment down below what color you think I should do it. So this is gonna get shipped out. I'm gonna probably purchase another O-ring. Not that this one doesn't look too bad, but I would like to have a new one, and then probably get a new gasket. So all this is staying here. Here's the oil line. So this is a -10 oil line, and it's got changed the color a little bit just from all the heat, and there's a little burn spot right over here, but it's all right. I don't think it's a big deal. I was lucky enough that I saved the original box from Precision with all the foam in it. So I'm just gonna package it right in it and ship it out tomorrow morning, which is Monday. And for the guys that, if you did not save your packaging and you don't have a box, or you're wondering how you should wrap it or whatnot, whenever you call Precision and you talk to them about sending your turbo out for repair, whatever the reason might be, they're actually going to send you an email with all the paperwork you need to fill out, and they include a little video in it how they want you to package the turbo so there's no damage. If you're sending it with the housing, obviously your blades are protected, but if you just send in the internals and the blades are exposed, you kind of want to wrap it real nice so they don't get banned, and then you're not gonna get, you don't want to get charged extra for something that you overlooked. So I'm gonna get this packaged up Monday morning, overnight into Precision, and hopefully they are gonna ship it back at the end of the week or early next week. Other than that, I just have to talk to them and have them ship me a new O-ring, and then probably gonna get a new gasket. Last time I ordered from Drift Motion, probably gonna do the same thing. It's like a $9 metal gasket. That's what you want to use. It's a multi-layer, so it doesn't leak, or at least not yet. Other than that, that is all the time I have for you today. Tomorrow we're gonna come back to this car, probably check the spark plugs. I did want to do that. I haven't checked the spark plugs since the swap. So we're gonna pop those off, take a look at them, make sure they're all good. We're gonna drain the oil, take a look at the filter, replace it, put some new fresh oil. Maybe spark plugs, hopefully not, because it only has, I don't know, 200-300 miles on the engine. So I hope everything's gonna be all right. Anyway, back with you tomorrow, and we're gonna keep going. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.